What we are going to be watching is JaidenAnimations' funniest fan interactions. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I did watch this, but I kind of watched it when I was in the middle of something. So I didn't really articulate what I was listening to. So I hope that that's good enough for you guys. And if it's not, then I apologize. But yeah. So we're gonna be reacting to that. And I love JaidenAnimations, so like I'm really happy.
One time I was at an arcade and saw someone with an Ari bag, so I went up to them and said,
okay, I know this video just started, but like JaidenAnimations merch, it's so high quality. I look at her stuff, it's just like, I wish I could come up with merch ideas or just general ideas with the same amount of quality and stuff. From what I could tell, everything that's in her shop is like very high quality. Like you don't get anything low grade or it'll break and whatever. It's good, yeah.
"Hey, I really like your bag." She turned around, looked straight at me, and said, "Thanks, it's from JaidenAnimations." "Oh, cool." And then I just walked away because I didn't know how to salvage that interaction without being weird about it. As someone who has somehow amassed big number on YouTube website, you'd probably expect me to be recognized fairly frequently when I'm out on the town. I do definitely get recognized here and there, but given that almost all of the content I've posted is me in cartoon form.
To be fair, she has been doing more IRL stuff now. I know she's also been doing like VTubing stuff, but she has been streaming more, so I feel like more people would recognize her, like, because they saw her on a live stream or something, but, you know.
It's much less than you'd think. I don't really expect to be recognized unless I'm going somewhere that attracts people who are more online, such as conventions or Hatsune Miku concerts. Of course, I've been in plenty of IRL content on other people's channels,
especially in
so
Alpha Rad,
like
like,
no
she's in a lot of Alpha Rad
but that
videos.
bit of cushion on how often people will notice that JaidenAnimations is in their vicinity. The majority of my fan interactions are very positive and follow this general flow. "Are you JaidenAnimations?" "Yeah." "Oh, that's so cool. I love your videos. Can I get a photo?" "Yeah." "Alright, thanks. Bye." It's simple, it's streamlined, everyone's happy. Of course, not every interaction goes like this, and naturally, people always want to know about the outliers, the bad interactions, the weird ones.
Yeah, because they want that juicy drama. They love the drama. I think Twitter's so addictive because it's like, it's a drama factory.
Any freaks out there that you've met, Jaiden? I'm lucky enough to be able to say, you guys are pretty normal. There's not really any single experience that comes to mind when people ask me that. So thank you. Gold star to every single person I've met in my entire career so far. However, I do have some funny stories I've collected.
Good job,
like one time, Jacob and I were sitting down at the Toadstool Cafe to film for their video about Nintendo Land when this one guy walked by and recognized Jacob. "Oh my gosh, are you Alpha Red?" "Yeah." "Oh, that's so cool. I love your videos. Can I get a photo?" "Yeah." You know, everything's going as per the script. At this point, I piped up and asked, "Would you like me to take the photo for you?" And as I said that, Jacob and I both saw that the guy suddenly recognized my voice.
He's starstruck.
Me.
I would be too.
There were two YouTubers at that table. He started to ask if I was Jaiden, but mid-sentence realized that if he was incorrect, it would look a little tiny bit racist. You know, you can't always just assume the Asian girl with Alpha Rad is Jaiden, even though 90% of the time you'd be correct.
What you say is like, "Oh wait, I think I've seen you somewhere. Are you on YouTube?" And then they'll be like, "Yeah," and then they'll introduce the YouTube. But when you're on the spot, you probably can't think of that. So, but for any of you guys who have prep time, that's what you do.
So he ended up pivoting halfway through to cover for the mistake, which ended up like this. "Would you like me to take the photo for you?" "Oh, correct me if I'm wrong, but who are you?"
No, he's fumbling. He fumbled it. No.
Of course, we knew what he meant. I say I'm Jaiden, everything is fine, we all take a photo together. But being able to see the line his brain took in real time was so funny. It's one of my and Jacob's favorite stories because he meant so well. Like, I completely understand what happened. But also asking, "Sorry, but Who are you? To someone
Who are you?
offering to take a photo is just...
Oops.
I would love to meet that guy again and just tell him how much we loved that interaction. Dude, if you're out there, I hope your Toadstool Cafe food was good. Because ours wasn't. There actually have been times, though, where people have thought they've run into me and were just wrong.
That's so embarrassing, bro. If I ever go up to someone, I was like, hey, are you like this famous person? And they're not. I would just like shrivel up and die.
I've seen tweets tagging me like, OMG, just met JaidenAnimations. As I'm currently sitting at home looking at a photo of some poor random Asian girl. When we were all on tour for Scribble Showdown a while back in Chicago, James and Emily went to go look at the bean, and James ended up getting recognized. While he was talking to the group of people, one of them saw Emily and went, oh my gosh,
she's so sweet.
It's Jaiden. James immediately starts laughing his ass off trying to correct them, but somehow wasn't clear enough because when they were all taking a photo, they were like, Jaiden, get in front. Another time, when Jacob and Joe posted a video of themselves playing Mario Wonder in a GameStop, at the very end, Joe turned the camera around to the girl filming and said, are you JaidenAnimations? The bit being it was our friend Sarah Moon, who is not me, but has been called Jaiden by confused viewers in the past for really no reason, but still.
Okay, to be fair, I feel like that's a very specific joke. Like, it's a very, like, layered joke. So if someone's, like, a casual viewer, they would fly right over their heads.
Hundreds of people in the comment section of the video
to be fair, I'm just trying to be fair.
Anyway, because
we are fair
Asian girl.
Here.
Then, to poke fun at that situation, a while later they asked me to record them playing Mario Kart in a round 1, and in it said, huge shout out to Sarah Moon for recording this video, as the camera panned to me. And you'd think people would catch on to the joke, but so many more people were like, okay, I thought that was Jaiden in the other video, but was afraid of being racist. Not realizing...
Bruh. No, you guys outed yourself. You outed yourself. No.
They're still not getting it. Sarah and I genuinely look nothing alike, but just pointing at one of us and going, Jaiden, will convince hordes of people in comment sections without fail. It's like casting an inescapable Jaiden spell. On the opposite side of the coin, I was in San Diego for TwitchCon last year, perusing the San Diego Zoo with some friends. And honestly, to hype it up a bit, the San Diego Zoo is awesome. I legit went there 3 times during the 3-day event, which
zoos and aquariums, they're so fun to go to. Guys, if you haven't been to a zoo or an aquarium in a while, you should go because it's honestly like so cool.
The math nerds out there means I went to the zoo more times than the actual convention. Anyway, someone ended up coming up to me with an excuse me that I registered as I was being recognized. So I turned around expecting the typical fan interaction.
When you got the script memorized.
Are you Emaru? I was stun locked. It threw off my whole script and I accidentally blurted out, oh, no, I'm not. I'm sorry, I'm just Asian. And the guy didn't really have anything to say about that. He just went, oh, okay, thanks. You know, it was a nice little dose of humble for me though. I got a kick out of Emily and Sarah being called Jaiden, and now I've been struck by the Emaru hammer. Look, I'll be the one to say it though. None of us look like each other. We're just Asian women on the internet, and not even the same kind. So yeah, if you ever think you see your favorite Asian creator in the wild, make sure you double check. So I can tell people are secretly Googling me before asking for a photo.
Does anyone actually eat pink ice cream? Like, I know strawberry is a flavor, but does anyone actually like eat it?
I'm sorry, there were just a lot of
I feel like no one actually eats it.
The very first time I was recognized, not in like a convention setting, was in a random Target. I was walking down an aisle chatting with my friend Kelsey when someone passed by, backtracked, and came up asking, "Are you Jaiden?" Now this was back in 2017 when I had significantly less content showing my face, so I was completely shocked. and not prepared. I was in ugly house clothes, no makeup, hair wasn't washed, literal bridge dweller, and was in the middle of my first public fan interaction. Apparently, they recognized me from my voice, which is nuts. Some people have told me I sound exactly like how I do in my videos.
I'm one of those people who can't tell voices apart unless if I like engage a lot with their content, but even then sometimes I'm like, oh, okay, like I can't differentiate between like different creators' voices, so
and others say
that would be me.
I don't, so I have no barometer on what I actually sound like. The person was super sweet. This isn't like a crazy story.
I think I sound very different when being recorded versus like in real life, but I don't know.
Prepared for it mentally and physically. This next one was when Jacob, Captain Kidd, and I were in Hawaii for Pokemon Worlds. We'd all just arrived at the event and were checking out all the fun decorations Pokemon set up. Since all of us have made a good amount of Pokemon content, a lot of Pokemon fans were recognizing us and asking to take photos. A well-intentioned mom ended up taking notice of how much attention we were getting and asked us what we did for a living for all of these people to be coming up to us. Jacob explained we were YouTubers and she lit up, saying her son watches a lot of YouTube, pointing down at the young boy hiding behind her leg. In an attempt to connect with the kid a bit, Jacob asked what YouTubers he watched. I like Mr. Beast.
Everyone.
Seeing a way to make the kid excited, Jacob...
All the little kids love Mr. Beast. You know why? Because he got that moolah. And he's living the, like, high life. And it's like, ooh, I want that guy to be my role model because I want to have a gazillion dollars and blow things up.
Pointed at me and said, "No way! Did you know she was in a Mr. Beast video recently and won?" Instantly.
Yeah, but wasn't it like a charity thing?
You know Mr. Beast? Well, like, kinda.
I think that was a charity thing
before, but will you tell him to give me $1 million? First of all,
Mr. Beast does not just give $1 million, boy. You gotta like work for that. You gotta stay in a box for 10 billion years.
Hilarious situation to suddenly be thrust into. Second of all, now that the kid was suddenly not hiding behind his mom's leg anymore, we could see he had a giant gold chain around his neck, sporting a framed PSA graded base set first edition Charizard. Little dude, do you know how much cash you've got around your neck right now? The card was graded like 9.5 as well. I have no idea where he got it from. Like, you always see those, "Can you give me $1 bajillion?" comments on Mr. Beast stuff, but it was surreal to witness it in real life. Like, it's real. Gold chain Charizard Mr. Beast kid has been cemented in my memories, and he didn't even know who we were. Also, for the record, after I won the Mr. Beast cube, my emails were an absolute wreck of random people begging me for money.
Yeah, I hope when you did that like charity thing, I hope you made like a different email for that instead of your main one, because now it's just like kind of trashed.
Can you give me money? May please get some money? Hi, JD. Not my name. Just 10K, thank you. Heart. Someone straight up sent me a PayPal invoice for $10,000 with no message attached. Just an outstretched, grubby little hand in my inbox. Guys, I didn't win any money from that thing. You can stop emailing.
Yeah, it was for education. She'll only give the money for, like, colleges. That's like a scholarship. Like, if you get a scholarship, you don't get to just take the money and then use it elsewhere. You have to use it towards education.
Me. We gave it all away to various artists all over the globe to support them through their art school.
Education.
Which was an incredible opportunity, and I was very happy to support artists.
Yeah, that was
honestly
honestly
all
awesome.
the best of luck with their degrees. But stop emailing me for money! Gosh, I don't even want to know what Mr. Beast's DMs look like.
You know that Mr. Beast does not give away his personal email anymore. Like, he has a separated email that he uses just for like himself and no one else, and then he doesn't touch that other email address because it's like probably sent with a gajillion things. He probably has like an assistant to sort through all of the good stuff and then like throw away all of the unsolicited email.
Not my fault, so I had to take it to a repair shop. This was unfortunately during a time when my car's driver's side mirror was smashed. My fault. So I also had no street legal car to take me back home while I waited for.
But you have a street illegal car.
2 hours. I ended up sitting in a nearby Burger King, equipped with my Switch to play Hello Kitty Island Adventure, and an iPad as a second monitor to watch YouTube videos. I almost made it the entire time with no issue, but like some sort of pathetic Scooby-Doo villain, my plan was foiled as a nice girl came up to me and quickly said, "I really like your videos," before walking back over to sit with her friends. Now, the interaction itself was completely fine. I'm just embarrassed at what it looked like on her end. Internet personality JaidenAnimations sitting completely alone at a single seat table in a random Burger King. No food in sight, just a table covered in devices like some sort of 27-year-old iPad kid. She didn't even let me explain my situation. She just said hi and walked off. So
she probably didn't want to be rude.
Kind girl, if you're out there, or even still a fan, it wasn't as pathetic as it looked. It was pathetic, but it's not that bad. I was just passing the time. Please resubscribe. I feel like I lost you that day. Speaking of unfollowing out of shame, a couple years ago, I went with some friends to my first furry convention. The furry convention isn't the shameful part though. That itself was great. The actual shame began when my group wanted to check out the 18+ section, mainly out of curiosity and entertainment. I sheepishly followed them in, and just as I was thinking to myself, man, it would sure be unfortunate if I got recognized while in here. Oh my gosh, are you JaidenAnimations?
That's kind of true because I feel like a lot of JaidenAnimations audience are like younger-ish. Like I feel like a bunch of her audience did grow up, like me included. I was someone who watched her when I was little, but she probably has a bunch of like older audience members now, but she still probably has a good amount of younger audience because, you know, cartoons, they're all made for kids.
Yeah. So admittedly, there's a single photo out there of me, a fan, and a very colorful background. Quickly moving on from that one, this story is by far the most I've ever been recognized out in public in my entire life. There's probably a teeny little slight possibility I curated it myself by accident, but it was when I went to a Hatsune Miku concert in California.
It's always Hatsune Miku. It's always Hatsune Miku.
And said community was all right there in one spot. Before the concert, I was getting recognized like every few minutes, which is very not normal for me, but you know, completely fine. I don't mind at all. Eventually, everyone was led into the venue. I was meeting a few more people inside. Then the lights went down and we all got to enjoy the concert as per usual. However, when the show was over and the lights turned back on, everyone rotated 180 degrees to head to the exit, which meant people could see my face again. We would make it a few steps forward, get
That's kind of
then
crazy,
3 more
bro. That's
people
kind
would
of
come
crazy.
up, and I'd suddenly be against the wall, all while my poor friends just had to watch it all happen and wait for me. For the first time ever, I needed to figure out a way to get out of there, or else I would have been taking photos with the entire concert audience as my friends withered on the floor. Sarah put her big hoodie on me, another friend gave me their sunglasses, and suddenly, I vanished. No more JaidenAnimations. Poof. She was gone. The Clark Kent strategy actually works.
Heck yeah.
Headed to the exit.
Clark knows what's up.
Unsuspecting Miku.
He doesn't need
And it
those
wasn't until we made it all
disguise
the way to the parking
glasses.
lot where we turned around and realized
He just needs regular ones.
we were alone. I was successfully smuggled out, but the downside was the disguise was so overly effective, even our friends didn't know who I was anymore. At least now I know if I'm ever in a sticky situation, a simple hoodie and glasses is really all it takes. I will no longer be making fun of Superman's public disguise. Dude knew what he was talking about.
Nah, like, bro, Superman knew what it was up. I look at my friends without glasses and I'm like, bro, who are you people? They look so different.
Despite all of these stories, if you ever see me in public, please don't be afraid to come up and say hi. I'm more than happy to meet you or take a photo. Again, basically every person I've met who watches my videos was absolutely wonderful, these stories included, and I promise I won't make a video about you if you accidentally say something a little awkward. Unless it was really funny and the world needs to know. Also, I can tell when you recognize me, I've essentially got a spidey sense for it by now, and it's more uncomfortable for both of us if you just stare at me for 30 minutes and then leave. Please, just say hi or something. It's okay. I'm lucky to have such a normal and kind group of people watching my content, and I do really enjoy getting to meet you guys. I guess if you were to take anything from this video, make sure you know it's actually me. This is not me. This is not me. This is not me. I'm this one. Hope that helps.
She's the Japanese Canadian, so remember!
Man, it has been quite some time since I've done a good old classic story time.
Alright, so yeah, that was JaidenAnimations, my funniest fan interactions. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a good night. Bye-bye. Or a good day. Bye-bye.